Alright, one thing to keep in mind is that, if you're in, this sucks, it's ridiculous and retarded it works this way, but if you're in perspective mode, it will not zoom to your cursor, it just zooms to the center of the screen. But if you're in parallel mode, it will zoom to the cursor. So it sucks that you got to kind of work in that perspective. And at any rate, that's a simple fix. Now also, if you wanted to automatically save workspaces, you go here and do it, by the way, because I was trying to figure out how to do that, and you just hit that. Now I've read this file that says, on the internet, that says, if you want to, and I'll try to save it here in AutoCAD on Chrome, but let me try to find it. I guess but if you do the WSAUTOSAVE and set it to 1, that's a system variable for the autosave settings. So supposedly this turns off every time. They said you can create a Lisp file and which is open parentheses set var space quote WSAUTOSAVE unquote space 1 close parenthesis. Instead just create a text editor and name it what did it say to name it? Oh, acad.lsp, and then put it in your C program files, Autodesk AutoCAD 201X folder. So, or you can put it in the AutoCAD support folder. So one or the other. But you got a Lisp editor on here. You could probably do that in that. I don't know. So right here. So I mean, basically, it says. It says do that, and then I don't know what you do with it. So, but anyway, it does say to do it in a text editor. I don't know how you save it, but and you can do a new file, but there's no way of saving it. So anyway. But you can see that variable is currently set to 1, but supposedly this will reset itself the next time you start it up, so it's something to be aware of. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting little Autolist program. That's why I brought it up. So, be interesting to get back into that again, if possible. Okay, now, I moved the properties thing up here, I think. By clicking on it. So, you can put some other things up here if you want. So, that actually might be handy. It says it's got more commands. I wonder what other commands it has. So, I might keep that in mind. But anyway, I set it up there so I can, get back to it really quickly. As I started this new 3D workspace and used the other 3D as the default, so none of this shit was turned on. So I got to try to remember how to turn it all back on again. But by the way, so anyway, the thing that does suck about this is it doesn't automatically select the window you're in like Rhino. Because Rhino, if you hover your mouse in, that window is automatically selected. Although there are times I would like that not to happen in Rhino, but most of the time I expect that to happen. It's good. Anyway, if we go over here to the properties menu, you can set the thickness, of an object to extrude it out, in a non-closed form. So But but if you gotta, choose match properties, and I was going to say that's something you might want to put up there maybe. Um, you can actually apply that to other, line primitives. So, and what's cool about this is, this is pretty much a standard set of 2D drafting tools. This is a, standard set of, modifiers, and of course, you can bring this up. So it's very similar to what's in the drawing menu. So, you got a good subset of the 2D, um, 2D commands here. So that's interesting. Okay, and by the way, you select an object, your grips work. Well, that's interesting. Man. Like I said, your object snaps work. God damn it, I just want a pan, fucking piece of shit. You can see what it's doing here. Now, what's interesting about some of these tools, and again, I usually don't like using just surface tools, but I don't know if they behave the same here as they do in Rhino, though, so it may be different. But you can use things like the break command, on things like this, and it still works. Just like as if it were working on a line. So, God, I hate the fucking doing the undoing your views. Stupid fucking Autocad. Jesus Christ. See what people turn this shit off and you can't select anything. Yeah, supposedly it won't let you move polylines around on the z-axis. So, at any rate, alright, now let's say I wanted to copy this line here. Well, I can, of course, like in Rhino, grab this and you turn on your thing. I mean, I can hit C on the keyboard, or use my down arrow key and set it to copy, press enter, and I can enter like 3 inches. So I guess I can enter 6 inches. Okay, and then press escape to get out of it, I guess. And of course, you could like go up here to the copy command and grab an object. Oops. Up here to the copy command, grab an object and drag it various ways. And if you look at that box, you see it says plus Z, so that tells you it's moving in the Z. But if you check your, of course it doesn't show up in your other viewports like it does in Rhino. So, that's about the only way to check it, if you're using the copy command. That's why the grabbing the little bar is probably the better way to do it. If you're copying in this window. Of course you could, copy and... Why is this doing this? You can copy in that window, but again, it's still... Damn it. God, I hate the undo on this system. I can't emphasize enough how much I fucking hate that. I mean, that alone practically makes the system unusable. Okay, well, it is showing up in multiple viewports when I copy here. It just doesn't when I do it from the 3D viewport. But again, I never do that in the main viewport anyway. Using these handles, if you're going to be manipulating things, damn it, in 3D, makes more sense than anything. So it's, you can view it in these, move it in these various planes. So, and you can slick it here, just like in Rhino, to free move it on a plane. So. Again, you got multiple planes, so, if I wanted to, I could move it in this plane. Which I don't, but, I could. So, anyway. It's looking, I access this down here. But, I'm looking at the mouse buttons. And it's interesting because it looks like, you can assign the menu behavior and edit it here. This is, fully editable. So, but it's interesting, it looks like there's, different menus when you, have Control Shift, Control Click. So maybe I can make a thing where I can, modify the right mouse button to do like it does in Rhino and go into, orbit mode, because that drives me crazy. Now this might be a way to turn the quick properties off. I don't know. Yeah, but this thing's customizable out the ass, like I figured it would be. Just like Rhino, it's highly customizable too. At any rate, I got there by, going into the customize setting here. The good news is, again, it sucks, but, just like, you can hold the middle mouse button to push pan. If you hold Shift or Control, well, that's what Control does, and Shift does this. So, with the middle mouse button. So, that's like orbital pan, and this is some other kind of pan. I don't think tab works. It doesn't have any special features here. Okay, and Control Shift, does this. So, anyway, so that's kind of good, but again, what sucks is my mouse, this button is so stiff, and it's stiff on all the mice I have. So, I don't know. Oh, and I was going to say, Two, I mean, even if you don't have anything selected, holding Shift and pressing the right mouse or the right mouse button will always pull up the Snap Override menu. So whereas normally if you hold it in, you got the quick menu. So if you just press it quick, you know, I got it set to press the undo key. So anyway, you know, I do understand too the logic, you know, why AutoCAD has undos in their views, even though no other program does that. No other program does that. I mean, none. I mean, I've never used a program, you know, where, you know, pressing undo key undoes the views. No other program does that. But I do understand the logic, because there is a problem, you know, with having an undo key that's not view related, and that's that, you know, it's possible to sometimes, you know, press undo multiple times and not realize that you're actually undoing something in a totally different part of the drawing. And that does happen, you know, and it can't happen with the views being undone. But that's not my problem. You know, I mean, I can live with that. But what really, 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 really drives me crazy is, you know, hitting enter, you know, repeating an undo command. I do not like that. That drives me crazy. And there's no help on it either, because apparently nobody else uses that enter thing. But man, you know, I use it in Rhino all the time. Okay, one command you can use, and I can't find it fucking anywhere, is the F3 command, or 3F command rather. And that creates 3D faces. If you select multiple points. Why the hell does this keep popping up? Select object. Okay, anyway, you know, you click it here in this counterclockwise order. Back in it. Now, damn it. That's going to really screw me up. I really ought to change my mouse button behavior, because I guess it'd be okay to do so. I don't know though, because it treats the first mouse button as a special object. But at any rate, you know, the reason I draw it in that counterclockwise order is because the face normals, you know, will be pointed out according to that guy. So if you did it the opposite way, the face normals would not be pointed the right way. So we should always do this counterclockwise to keep your normals in the right, going in the right direction. So it's always counterclockwise. Oops, that's clockwise. Oh, damn it. Okay, so apparently, if you go into the stretch command, what the fuck? generate, you can actually stretch the corners, and that's how it works. So in 2D it does too. Again, that's why I always like the stretch command in AutoCAD. I just kind of forgot how it worked in the other things. But you know, like doing something like this in Rhino would actually be kind of a pain in the ass, and you know, but it works with 3D objects too.